In this video, I'm going to give you what I think are the 5 easiest hymns in the hymn book. I'm going to start with the easiest. And what I've looked for in these hymns is, first of all, an easy key signature, not a lot of sharps or flats. Secondly, easy timing. And next are simple melodies and simple chords. We're going to look at these 5 and now I'm going to show you how to play them, and this is perfect for a beginner. The first one, and what I think is the easiest, is Nothing But the Blood. This one is easy because first of all, it's in the key of G. G has 1 sharp, the F sharp. And then next, you can get by playing this song and use only 2 chords in the left hand. We'll use the G chord in the left hand, and I'm going to use it like this: D, G, B. And then the D chord, which I'll play like this: D, F sharp, A. And those are the only chords you need, and you switch between these 2. Now, if you want to take it a step up, you can also add in the E minor, which you can play. It's like the G chord, but we're going to switch this D for this E. So we're going to use the G and the D, and maybe if you want to use the E minor, this, but you can leave that one out and get by with playing this with only 2 chords. Another thing that makes this song super easy is that you can take your right hand and leave it right here. The melody is so simple you don't have to move it from this position, and you just use these notes in the melody. Also, it's in the most common time signature, 4/4 time. Here's how it goes. The next easiest in the hymn book, I think, is Amazing Grace. And although it's extremely simple, it's a timeless classic. It's in the same key, the key of G, 1 sharp, the F is sharp. And so we're going to, again, use the G chord and the D chord, but also we're going to incorporate this C chord here. C, E, and G. We're going to keep them close together just like this so we can get back and forth easily. Now this song is a little bit harder because it's also not in common time. It's not in 4/4, it's in 3/4 time. So 3 beats per measure, but the melody is still very simple. However, it's a little bit harder because you don't have just 1 hand position for the right hand. You'll use these notes for part of the song, and then you have to move your hand to this position and use these notes for the second part of the song. Here's how this one goes. The next easiest hymn in the hymn book is Jesus Loves Me. This one is in a very easy key, the key of C, all white notes. And this song only uses 4 chords: the C chord, the G chord, the F chord, C, F, and A, and an A minor chord. That's C, E, and A. This song also gets points for simplicity because it doesn't have any 8th notes in it. The timing of the song is very simple, and it's also in common time, 4/4. Here's how this one goes. So the next easiest song is Holy, Holy, Holy. This song I've got in the key of E flat here, but in a lot of hymn books it's in the key of D, 2 sharps, which is not a hard key. But the key of E flat is a little more difficult. It's the key of 3 flats. But it's also in common time, 4/4 time. It has a simple melody and simple timing. There's nothing complicated going on in the rhythm. However, it does use 5 chords. We're going to use the E flat chord, which is, well, you play like this, E flat, G, B flat. The C minor chord, C, E flat, G. The B flat chord, which we'll play like this, D, F, B flat. The A flat chord, which we'll play right here, C, E flat, A flat. And then a borrowed chord, which is the F major chord. So you'll notice the F chord in the key of E flat should be a minor chord because of this A flat. But in this song, they naturalize the flat, the A flat, and get this F major, which is the secondary dominant. It's leading to the B flat chord, the 5 chord, which then brings us back to the 1 chord. So that is a little complicated there, but really it only comes down to 1 extra chord, and it's a chord we already are pretty familiar with. Here's how this one goes. And lastly, the 5th easiest hymn in the hymn book, I think, is What a Friend We Have in Jesus. This is a simple melody in 4/4 time, and it's also in an easy key, the key of F, which is just 1 flat, the B flat, and we only use 3 chords in this song. The melody is simple, but it is a little bit more complicated because there's 1 spot where we have an accidental, an F sharp where it's usually an F natural. The chords that we're going to use is F, C, F, and A. B flat will play in the same place as before, D, F, B flat, and then C, C, E, G. We're also going to use a simple voicing of a C7 chord on the 5 chord, which in the key of F is the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The C chord can be a dominant 7 chord, and you can use the dominant 7 on the 5 chord for some nice dissonance that resolves nicely back to the 1 chord. So that makes this one a little bit harder because we're going to incorporate the dominant 7th chord on the 5 at the very end of the song. We're going to play it in this way. Just these 2 notes. And it'll be with the melody that goes. So watch for that at the very end of the song. Here's how this one goes. So those are what I think are the 5 easiest hymns in the hymn book. Let me know in the comments which ones you think should be on this list. If this video was a help to you, make sure you subscribe right now to this channel. Tap the like button right now, and I'll see you in the next video.